This is Ron Klopfanstein. Meet me in the hot seat every Monday at 5 p.m. for Hot Seat Media Mondays on 95.5 FM, The Heat. I'm Ron Klopfanstein in Rome, New York. Hundreds of people are expected to gather here today at Fort Stanwix for a No Kings protest to take a stand against the administration of President Trump.
Show me what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like!
I'm here to stop the or at least resist the dictatorship and stop this takeover of our country.
So what is the significance of your sign?
So there are U.S. citizens that are eventually not going to have due process if this sort of thing happens, where people with green cards get canceled and then shipped off without, they can get kidnapped without any kind of due process, without anybody being informed, and that's just a precursor to other rights being infringed upon.
Sure. I'm Dan. I'm from Rome, New York here. I'm also a veteran and just supporting free speech and all the stuff that's been going on here in our government.
Yeah, I'm Michael. I'm from Albany, New York, and I stopped on my way out to Syracuse. I, quite frankly, am terrified of what's happening with Garcia, especially. The fact that they could deport this man with no due process basically means that they could deport me or him or you with no due process. Because even if you're a citizen, how do you prove you're a citizen? Due process. So if they take that away, we're all in trouble. I mean, we're all in trouble anyway, but that is a terrifying precedent.
As a reporter, it's especially scary,
Yes. Yeah.
Especially being a reporter who's also gay. It's like, it couldn't be more terrifying right now,
Yes,
right.
Yes, I mean, you have Lisa
Right to
Murkowski
assemble.
saying,
Right.
Lisa Murkowski saying she's scared.
Right.
To speak out. She's a fucking senator.
Exactly, right.
I mean, what the hell is somebody like you, a reporter, going to do?
Yep.
Or this guy or me?
Yep.
And it's just scary. And I feel like showing our numbers here and showing that there's solidarity is very important. So anybody that thinks that coming out to something like this doesn't matter, it matters. It makes a difference. Because when we show numbers like this, our leaders listen to it.
Yeah.
And that all matters.
Because we are really upset about the injustices being done. The cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, our schools, our libraries, female rights, transgender rights, all of it. They have no business making the cuts that they're making to us, and it's not fair.
Well, we're here to protest the dictator that is now our president.
Yeah, we believe that this country was held up on democracy, it was held up on the right of law, on due process, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, and those are being taken away from people for reasons beyond crime, beyond issues of politics, issues of race, things that are having no say. Even if people were criminals, they're not being given due process, they're not being given their rights. Things are being taken away from American citizens and people who are living in America, which goes completely against what this whole country stands for, melting pot, and it can't come to pass.
It can't happen. We're going backwards, so.
And you guys are a family, right? That's cool, yeah.
My son, this is my mom.
Hey. So why are you here today?
Like so many of us, just fighting for our freedoms, our democracy. It's frightening what's going on in this country right now, and it's so hard to believe that anybody could support what's happening on the national level. It's heartbreaking. It's just, I don't understand. I don't know how anybody can sit back and let what's happening happen. We're losing our democracy, and we can't stand for it. It's a miracle that we've been able to hold on to it for as long as we have, but we have to continue to fight for it. There's too many people whose lives depend on it. So.
And we're just here to show that we don't believe that we should be ruled by a king anymore. So we are on a peaceful protest at Fort Stanwix Monument, and we're just here on our Saturday.
What do you mean, hands off my friends?
It's more like hands off that LGBT community, like they're people too, they have rights too, just let them live their life.
I think we all have like particular fears, especially about trans issues and LGBTQ stuff. So I see from your signs that's like
matters to me. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why is that important?
lesbian couple friends, and they have a family, and their families are just as important as everyone else's. They're not less than, and we need to normalize that. Like, they don't need to be ostracized. The same with the trans community. They should all live their life. They're human beings. This is America, freedom.
Because regardless of what you believe, like gender-wise or trans-wise, people deserve a right to live. And our country was founded on the fact that everybody is different. What they do has a right to belong, has a right to be here.
What democracy looks like.
And I don't understand where that right went. And it's very scary. Like, I am deathly afraid of my child being persecuted, and I can't cope with it like this. So I'm here to do something.
My name is Bonnie, and I'm here today because I want to oppose the autocratic steps that the Trump administration has taken. They're destroying the lives of immigrants, of people in the LGBTQ community. They're trying to erase us, and we're not going to let that happen. We're going to stand up, we're going to fight back, and we're going to be heard.
Great. Sign the Constitution! Absolutely. Protect Social Security,
So you guys are having fun here today?
Absolutely. You betcha.
And why is that important?
There are too many issues for one sign, honestly. So I think it's important to show up and represent and let our wishes be known. When I watched January 6th, I said, what did that mean about our democracy? And I am appalled at the lack of respect for somebody who holds the highest office. He doesn't care about our people. He doesn't care about our wishes. He's just a monarch. That's why we're here. And no kings!
No king!
No king!
No king!
No king!
No king!
No king!
No king! No king!
This is Ron Klopfanstein. Meet me in the hot seat every Monday at 5 p.m. for Hot Seat Media Mondays on 95.5 FM, The Heat.
I'm increasingly concerned about this power grab the current administration has been doing. If we look at things like Doge's access, which I believe is illegal access to a lot of our critical systems. We're also seeing what I think is the largest power grab by an American president in modern day history. We're seeing him look to wartime powers like the Alien Enemies Act, their Insurrection Act. Why is any of this needed when there's an existing pathway to achieve some of his goals? This to me is an increasingly sign of authoritarian regime, and I'm just not happy about that.
So what are your concerns about Elon Musk and Doge?
Yeah, so Elon Musk to me is an unelected person who has no oversight, is not answering to anyone, and I do not believe this whole transparency thing is legitimate. I think it's a sham, and behind closed doors, someone has access to information systems that is not following the rules, that has their own systems like Starlink, I think poses a grave risk to taking our sensitive information, and then who knows what's happening with that. What's happening with my social security number?
Right.
And I'm here because I feel like we are so close to losing democracy. The things that are going on right now just are defying the rule of law, and I don't want to lose democracy. I don't like that, people can't speak their minds without fear of retribution.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. That was good.
I'm Jeff Parker, and I think that he thinks he's a king, and we fought a war, and this is symbolic of that, where we are today, because we don't believe in kings in this country.
Right.
Our names are Mary. We're both married.
And why are you here today?
Because it's important what we're doing.
We're protectors of democracy.
So what do you mean when you say no kings? Hands off, legal immigration due process. What does no kings mean?
It means
that this country operates under the rule of law, not under the rule of one person.
My name is Betty Handley. I'm a veteran, and that's why I'm here. I
where-
want to get rid of Trump.
Why?
Why? Because he's a cheater, he's a crook, and he's a molester, and he shouldn't have been voted in as president. Terrible, terrible. He should be in jail.
When did you serve?
1951, 52,
In what branch?
U.S. Navy,
Well,
Hospital Corps.
anything else that you want to say?
I'm glad my daughter brought me out today. Yeah.
Thank you for your service, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, I'm a firm believer that we need to have a democratic system here in America, and I think that this administration is simply overreaching their bounds, you should say. Their checks and balances. They're just ignoring a lot of what made our country, and frankly, I think that's terrifying. Being somebody who's getting right into college, I think that it's a terrifying idea that I'm going to have to spend 4 years and potentially not be able to leave after. And I think that the fact that I'm going to get an education is scary to the administration, and that I could be a target in the future.
No.
We're over 700 people protesting.
What does that tell you?
People are not happy with anything that's going on right now, and there's some great signs.
And in a city like Rome, that's predominantly red, and has been, this is
huge.
Huge turnout.
Huge bellwether.
And we can't thank everyone enough for coming out and protesting against no pigs.
Do you think it's the beginning of change?
Yes, I do.
We do. We absolutely do.
People are not putting up with it. The signs range from everything against Musk to against Trump, against cutting for veterans, for cutting Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. It's everybody.
Due process. We've seen some Abrego Garcia signs. I think we're standing up so that our Constitution holds. I think people are tired of it.
We absolutely have to. This is what we need.
Yeah.
And now what has to happen is these people need to go to their representatives. They need to vote. They need to vote out these bozos. They need to get rid of this ridiculous fascism, because that's exactly what it is.
It's just about our democracy and how I'm so worried about it because of all the things that Trump is doing. Deporting people. Our democracy stands for lifting up others and helping others. Can I turn it over?
Yes, please, yes. Good. We the people. Are you using your voice today?
Yes. This is the first time, actually, so.
Congratulations. What is the significance of this date?
Listen, I've been to Lexington and Concord.
Okay, perfect.
That's when, the night before this, when Paul Revere did his ride, actually he didn't actually make it to Lexington and Concord, yet busted, but somebody else did. And then, but the next day, today, 250 years ago, is when Lexington and Concord battles happened. Now, here's something you may not know, Ron. What happened 50 years ago today?
What? I don't know what happened. What did happen?
The end of the Vietnam War.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that, okay?
No. Well,
same kind of thing that's happened here. Enough people came out and said, fuck. Okay.
It's okay.
It's
okay. I'll take it out. Yeah.
Fuck this war. We're not winning. Nixon's lying to us. Johnson's lying to us. And we finally got out of Vietnam. I was a draft age back then. And I said, fuck you, I'm not going. And we finally got out of that.
So do you think people will come out now like they did in the 60s and start to fight back for their rights?
Well, they seem to be right now, right? Yeah.
Many of the protesters told me that Fort Stanwix stands as a powerful symbol of American freedom and resistance, and therefore it was the perfect place to hold the rally. I'm Ron Klopfanstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat. This is Ron Klopfanstein. Meet me in the hot seat every Monday at 5 p.m. for Hot Seat Media Mondays on 95.5 FM, The Heat.